I'm Spirit Medium Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book, 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice of a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements. Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. Welcome to this show. Today we only do mediumship, which means I connect with those that have transitioned to the world of spirit, your loved ones. It's an hour in length, this show. The first 10 to 15 minutes I'll spend chatting a bit with you, and then I open up the lines. If you'd like to get in the queue to receive a reading, just dial this phone number, area code 347-945-5849. And if you're in another country, if you're outside the United States, or you can use Skype to connect as well, which I believe is evident on the Blog Talk Radio website for this show, which is blogtalkradio.com/Spirit Medium Laura, hyphens between Spirit Medium and Laura. Now this is Florida. That's where I'm broadcasting from, and we haven't had our obligatory thunderstorm for the day yet. So if I do get cut off, perchance Susie B is in the background and will pick up for me in the interim, and maybe even play some nice music. We do have some there on the switchboard. Okay, Monday night I also do another show, and this Monday, which is Labor Day, I will be doing that show because I find on holidays people really seem to want readings more than other times. That's 7 p.m. this Monday, Eastern Time. That's September 1st. The website for this show is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com, and there you can jump to the top of the reading queue for a $5 donation, which goes in part to help animals. That's item 1B on spiritmediumtv.com. You can also watch the show live, which is absolutely riveting. All you get to see is me in front of an Asian screen doing the readings. But it is there, item number 2 on Spirit Medium TV. I have a live feed of the show, which goes to YouTube, and then I post it to Google Plus because I'm sharing the wealth. Also, number 3 on Spirit Medium TV allows you to register for the Intuitive Playground, which is a development circle, intuitive and personal development circle. It's personal in that there are spiritual things taught. It's intuitive and psychic in that I'm developing your psychic senses. And that is usually on Monday nights, although I'm not going to do one on the 1st of September. I will pick up again on the second Monday of September, which is the 9th. Let me just double check that. Is that the 9th? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And what I'm focusing on, oh no, it's the 8th. Oh, glad I took a look at that. It's the 8th. This September, I'm focusing in on building your holistic business, and that could be any kind of business, actually. I have a client who I've been working with, and she has a clothing business, but during her session, an intuitive psychic session with me, it turned out that she really is an intuitive, and she said, you know, I just took a class in that over the weekend, and everybody was like floored by what came out of my mouth. I said, well, you're supposed to be blending intuitive arts with your clothing business because your life purpose is to acknowledge thyself, thy gifts, and help others acknowledge their gifts. So by virtue of a clothing business, she will help people realize themselves. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but her clothing line has to do with goddess dancing, or, you know, exotic dancing, whatever you want to call it, belly dancing, tribal dance, and that is a way to express oneself. And if she used that as her theme, she would set herself aside from other people that just sell clothing. So that kind of a course is happening in September. It's really good for those that are in coaching businesses, healing businesses, psychic businesses as well, any kind of intuitive or self-employment. But it can help you with any kind of business you're in based on your soul, because that's what I am all about. I am a soul communicator. I'm a medium, as you know, but I'm also a soul communicator, which is a medium also. But let's see if there's anything else I want to say now. I want to give you a little inspiration. There's so much I could say, but I'm not going to do too much of that today. But I've been gone. I just opened up this book again called Afterlife Interviews by Jeffrey Marks. Great guy, smart guy. And in that book, I'm not going to repeat what I said Monday, but I did reveal a lot that was done Monday. But in that book, uh, he interviews souls that have transitioned to find out what the other side is like. And one might say, well, it's a very faulty methodology, but he did the best he could with what he had. For example, he made sure that any souls he did interview were highly validated with evidence before he went to that process of finding out what they say the other side is like. And on Monday just past, I talked about a few things that they said, like what kind of body they have, things like that. Now, what I'm going to talk about are the sort of takeaways. These are themes that those that come back from the other side bring with them or talking to us. Their takeaways. Because on Earth, when we're on Earth, we forget these things. Okay? So one of the reasons why books like Afterlife Interviews or Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton or Mediumship, talking to your own loved ones in spirit, or a session with a soul psychic, as I am, a soul psychic healer, is that we get reminded of the beautiful things that spirit would like to teach us. So here's one idea that comes from that book, is to be lighthearted right now in this time and space. So if any of you are taking things a little too seriously, let it go. Okay? Be lighthearted. Another takeaway is choose to communicate your needs to others clearly and listen when they state their needs. That's a nice takeaway. So communicate your needs clearly and then listen when others state their needs to you. Gee, if you could do that, every single relationship that's in conflict would be a lot better, wouldn't it? Here's another one. Choose now to be loving and kind. Choose now to be loving and kind. Choose to not judge yourself or others for what they choose or where they are in their journey. So don't judge others or yourself. Don't judge yourself. Gee, these messages are good for me to hear today. I think they're very apropos for me to hear. Choose to be at peace where you are. Be peaceful with where you are in life. Choose to totally enjoy life now, knowing that if by chance you die in the process, it's only a flesh and bones body that you shed. So choose to totally enjoy life now. And also know that if you do die, that you're only losing your body and you're moving on to another place, which is also joyful. So those are some beautiful takeaways. I like them very much. I'm going to see if I have any donations today. I do have one from Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. I will be getting to you in a moment. Again, if anybody wants to get into the queue to receive a reading, if you want to jump to the top of the queue, just simply go to spiritmediumtv.com, and item 1B on that page allows you to jump to the top of the queue. And I will be bringing in Susie B. also somewhere along the line here for her to speak about herself and just say hello to everybody. You might as well know who she is. Okay, that's interesting, Tom, is your last name, because the clothing businesswoman I was just speaking about, she has a very similar last name that had a lot of symbolic meaning to what was going on in her own life. Maybe yours does to you. Okay, going to Thomas. Hello, Thomas. How are you today?
I'm great, Laura, Susie. Thanks so much for bringing me on to the show. I'm greatly appreciative for your sharing your authentic truth with all of us, and that's why I thought it was important to do some spiritual tithing in that regard.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Aren't you a wonderful person? Obviously thinking more than the average about these things. I appreciate your awareness and consciousness and donation giving nature. Thank you so much. Okay, so today is this show where we connect with the other side, and I'm kind of it's interesting, Tom, in your respect. Do you prefer Thomas or Tom?
Tom.
Tom, okay, Tom. No one is popping out at me. Usually I'm hit immediately with a particular energy. So let me just, I can go around, and I do feel somebody lateral to you, actually, that feels male, but whomever it is not really popping out that clearly. And sometimes this happens because you, the caller, or sitter, as it's called in mediumship terminology, has something else on their mind that they're wanting to ask or what have you. Are you wanting a connection with the other side of some soul in particular, or are you really asking something else about yourself today?
That is accurate. I would say from a perspective of being the one who's connected with my higher self. You think I would have the great one-on-one telephone line to that, but either from my higher self or from my oversoul expression about the themes that I chose to explore within this life as it relates to entrepreneurship and moving into a holistic business.
Mm-hmm.
I have like 4 or 5 different projects that I want to like hop into in that respect.
Okay, don't say too much now, Tom. Don't say too much.
I don't know how to be in the expression where I can help bring something forth in the way that's most accurate to the themes that I chose to explore.
Okay. Well, you're obviously
in my pre-birth table and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously very articulate, which is a wonderful thing. Thank you. Your mind is very analytical, which is also wonderful. I want everyone to know that's listening, in honor of this show, which is mediumship, that I will take a question such as Tom's because it does go to a soul level. In other words, you're not asking me, will you be hired next week or some more mundane kind of subject. So I will do this for you. I would have anyway because you made the donation, but I just want to say that because I like to make this show just for mediumship. So this is a form of mediumship for you and your purpose. So let me just go a little deeper for a moment. So the question is, what is the question? Because you gave me, I don't want a lot of background. I just want the question. What is the question? If you're on point for your purpose, if you'll be successful, or how to focus, or what is the specific question, Tom?
Where to put my focus so that I can lay a physical foundation online in bringing about entrepreneurship in the way that's going to be closest to the theme that I chose to express in this lifetime.
Oh, wow. My head spins every time you talk. Okay, so let's just talk about focus so that we're on point for your purpose is the way I would reiterate that. Let me just see something first. Is he on point for his purpose, Spirit? Yes or no? This is Tom. And your last name, remember I told you earlier that your last name has a lot to do with your theme for this lifetime, which is it's a great name for you because you are correct in your focus. You're the one you've chosen, Spirit is saying, and they're laughing a little bit, your guides. He knows what he's doing. He's really, but you know what they're telling me is there's something that's happened recently that's a loss to you, which may make you question the whole thing. Does that resonate for you, please, Tom?
Yes.
Okay. That loss will not be very long. It does not mean that you're on the wrong point or the wrong purpose for yourself. It's simply a test for you, but it's a test in 2 to 3 ways. The first way is to regroup. And so we're going to talk about focus because that is correct. You probably need to focus a little differently. The second point is that you are on point for yourself. It's just the way you're doing the business does need to be reiterated or reorganized a bit. It feels as I say these words that you're putting more resources in than you're getting back from the business before it's proven itself. So Spirit would like you, that this is one point just to take away, is to instead of spend money first, send out the fish hook into the water. You said you have 4 areas that you're thinking of. Send it out first to see which one's coming back. with money, in other words, remuneration, because you don't want to invest. They're warning you that's one of the errors. Don't invest before you've seen results. And I know it sounds a little bit like a catch-22, but they're saying that you are putting a lot of resources in before you're seeing return on investment. Does that make sense to you, please?
Not entirely. Maybe some clarification around that.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean money. It could also mean time and effort. Okay, so and I have to say that. So you're putting a lot in before you're seeing results. So one of the areas to do is one of the things you need to do is test the waters. It's like a market testing or something like that. Now I'm going to go a little. I'm going to go into the 4 areas. Yeah, sure it does, because and this is why you're asking the question, because now you are doing you're doing some research before you plunge forward, and that's perfect. But you also need to do cognitive research in the external world, just to back up what I'm about to say. So I'm going to go to the 4 areas. I'm going to see if they tell me what they are. One moment, please. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. The door will open first. Okay, out of the 4, they line them up in front of me, your guides, and I don't know what they stand for yet. But there's a second opportunity and the 4th opportunity, and maybe it's the way they were introduced to you or the way you're looking at them. But the second one is good, and the 4th one seems to be its biggest one, actually, and it seems to be a summary of everything else. This is the way they're showing it to me. They don't want you to put too much into one basket. They want you to spread your wealth over all 4 of them for now. I know it seems confusing to you, but they said it will make sense, because ultimately you will have an aspect of each thing that you love to do, and it will be iterate as a composite of things, and that's why they show me the 4th one. Now let me just see if they can give me any more, because they show them to me a little differently, but I don't know how to interpret what they're showing me. All I can say is the 4th one, that is the way they show it, is big, open, and broad. It has to do with self-expression. In other words, communication skills, of which you have great virtue with. It has to do with coaching others, of which you are very good at. You know how to do this well. It has to do with focusing the coaching practice on your own life and what you've done, which has a lot to do with understanding thyself, backing thyself up, and then expressing that to the world. So you're like a throat chakra person. Yeah, in other words, you're right. You're all about expressing truth for thyself, and it can be a full-fledged coaching business. Is the way I'm seeing it. Do you understand coaching, please?
100%.
Okay, that's what it's supposed to be, and it's going to focus in on self-expression or thy truth, which means 2 things. One, you have to help people understand their truth through, they're giving me the wording, composite modalities. That means a number of different tools. Okay, composite of modalities. Okay,
I love that.
There are 3 in particular, and that's probably 1, 2, and 3 of the other business ideas you have. Now, that will help people understand themselves better. That's your composite of modalities. And then finally, the second part of it is how to iterate that to the external world in a way that is not fearful, but filled with confidence. Filled with confidence, and you will be able to do this. So you're on point for your purpose. Don't throw anything out, but you need to combine it all into a coaching practice where the key to that is self-worth, backing yourself up, and making yourself right. And that last word is very important. You understand what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that is your validation for today, sweetheart, okay?
Super validation. Yeah, it spoke to. I'm definitely gonna listen to that over again in the recording. You said some. Well, I mean, the whole thing resonated, but there's some specific things that just made a couple different light bulbs click, and just wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling into the show, and I look forward to hearing from you again in the future.
Oh, we'll be in touch.
Oh, let me say one last thing. The class that I'm doing online in September goes into this concept. I guess maybe you heard about it. I don't really know. Kind of funny that you would be calling in today, but that's what it is. It's a system. I use LOV as an acronym, but the first L stands for, and this is for everybody listening, that's why I'm holding you here. L is to love your problem, your biggest issue with your own life. Love it. Because that is where your power is when you heal it. And then that's your purpose. And then your prosperity will flow from that because your soul is supernatural. It set these lessons up for you prior to this lifetime. Okay, so the first step is that's the first thing we're going to do, exercises to really frame that very, very specifically. The second lesson will be opening our message. So, for example, yours is about making yourself right. So you're going to be helping other people make themselves right, and you will use 3 modalities, a composite of modalities, and those modalities plus the 4th one will probably spell a word out. It'll become an acronym of a solution. So it could be right, R-I-T-E, and R could stand for one thing, I could stand for another thing, T could stand for another thing, and then E would stand for something else, but right? So that when you talk to people, it's all, let's say you're networking or you have your message on the internet, make yourself right, R-I-T-E, with Tom, and these are my modalities. It's a healing principle for you. And then the V in the word love of my system is to verbalize or voice this, and that has to do with the practicums of marketing, particularly on the internet. And then the E is embrace the sales. The E of the word love is embrace the selling process. And I was in sales for 17 years, but we work from the heart. We work from the core in sales in holistic businesses. So that would be an update on that process. But it's internet marketing based on the soul. That would be a summary of it. So that's in September. And if you want to learn more about that, go to spiritmediumtv.com. And item 3 on that page clicks you through to the intuitive playground. You'll learn about it there.
Excellent. Well, there was definitely a reason I called today, and that I'm sure was it. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to going deeper with you. Absolutely.
Okay, sweetie. Great talking to you, Tom. Have a beautiful day. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm just going to see if there are any other donations. Looks like there's an Evelyn that's it shows is donated, but she's not reflected here. That's fine. I'm going to Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. How are you today?
Good, and you, Laura? How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for asking. Your name sounds very familiar to me, and since you're same area code,
yes.
I've met you, haven't
I?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I did a mediumship with you with Karen in 2007, and we've seen each other several times. Yes.
Okay, I don't remember the mediumship I did with you, but anyway, I just know that I know you, and I don't remember what you look like. Karen. Karen who?
Karen Talcott.
Oh yeah, Karen. She's a godsend. Okay, I don't remember what happened in that I don't remember what happened in that session, sweetheart. But let's work with you now. Okay, so there's a couple of people that present from spirit for you. One is a father figure, and one is a female, feels like a mother figure. There also feels like there's somebody younger in spirit that's also around you, unless it's on earth, but a sense of it being a male to you that's in spirit that seems to be younger than you. Are there any of these 3 of interest to you, please, as I move forward in your discernment?
Yeah, the father figure, he's my uncle.
Okay.
He was like a father figure to me when I was growing up as a little child, yes.
Okay, so we'll go to him then. Now, okay, so what I see, an uncle, I don't know his name just yet, and I'll get it. If it does come in, I will iterate that. But I do have a sense of this uncle is having a longer face. Right now, it looks like he lived to an advanced age. He has more of an olive complexion versus a real, an olive complexion, longer. I see the face, the hanging, a little bit of the skin hanging, like bags on the eyes. So that just means to me that he lived to a more advanced age, if you will. And he's not terribly overweight or underweight. He's more of a mid-sized body in terms of weight. I don't know the height. He doesn't look particularly short or tall either, but I can't really see it. He's not a short guy, but he's either medium to tall. I can't see the height right now. There's something about the face and the head that is very disturbing to me, as if he's trying to draw my attention there, as if something happened in the brain, or that he had some, it could have been a myriad of things, but there's something in the head area that seems to be of distress to him. Do you understand the head area is an issue for your uncle, please?
Yes. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to tell me, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a validation, because you know how he shows it to me? He puts a bandage over the head, a whole bandage over. So his head hurts. He says it ached so much. Actually, he says for a long time, it wasn't just once that this happened. It was like over time. There was a sense of disappearing, not knowing who he was, but also a sense of pressure in the head. Pressure like headaches or something like that. So whatever he's showing me is headaches, pain in the head, and also like as if he's fading away. Okay, that makes sense to you? Okay. And also there's something in the chest area, in the neck area particularly, I see choking. And I also hear something to do with the heart as well was a problem for him. So he's got a few things going on. He's not feeling very well. And now he moves down into his stomach. He's got a nausea going on as well. So he's showing me that he had a rough time of it towards the end. He says, but everybody helped him. He just wasn't all that cooperative with everyone. He's laughing a little bit about that now. He says, I didn't really cooperate with
That sounds like him. Yep. That's him.
He's sweet. He knows he wasn't cooperative. I do see that there's a female to him, which means a marriage. He was married. I see a female there. I'm not saying she's in spirit. I just see that there's a woman to him that's around him that was helping him. Okay, that's his wife. There's a couple other people in the family he speaks about. He wasn't the only one there. In other words, I believe he has children or other people in the family. Feels like he has his own family. Do you understand, like cousins to you or something from your uncle, please? Okay, good. The oldest of the three, I think he's talking about his own children, was a bit problematic here and there in his life. And it feels like you have a cousin from this uncle, and the oldest one is a boy or male. Do you understand, a male under your uncle, please, as a son? Okay.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
All right. Well, he's telling me, your uncle, that this son of his was a bit of a wild one. Like there's back and forth with his personality. Sometimes he's okay, he's not in trouble, and other times he's a problem. I don't know how he's a problem. Well, he's just trying to give me a character sketch of your oldest cousin from your uncle. Do you understand this male cousin as being somewhat problematic?
Yes, I know who you're talking about, yes.
Okay. He says, but I was proud of all of my children and you, Evelyn. He says, no one ever really disappointed me. He says, because I love you all the same. I love you as my own as well. Now, there's a reason for that. I don't know if you said it earlier or not, but it seems like he must have been in part a father figure for you around the house. Are you missing your... Oh. So then he was your...
He was... Yeah, he bought my first bike. He taught me how to ride bike, and he would tuck me in a lot of times. Yeah.
You're holding your grief pretty well, Evelyn. He's been gone a while though. He says not that soon, not that close. Maybe I'm getting 4. So that's either 4 years or 4 months away. When did he pass, sweetheart?
Actually, a year ago on August 17th.
Oh, so it's about a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the 4...
The anniversary just passed.
Yeah, okay. Well, he loves you very much. He loves your mother very much. That means that he's related on the mother's side of the family, yes?
Let's see. No. But he knows my mom.
Okay. Well, he sends her love. Now, what happened with your own father? Was he around? Because this uncle seems to have to step in as if he's a father for you. Was your own father around?
Yes. Yeah. No. He was, but he was not 100%. So
oh.
He took my father's. And he took his how do you call it?
Place. He tried to help me. Yeah, he tried to be the father. So he's your father's brother, and he stepped in for your father, where your father just couldn't step up to the post there. And that's why he says hello to your mother. Yeah, he loves all of you very much. Now you also have a sibling to you, which I believe is a brother. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's younger than you.
Yes.
Okay, so he takes care of all of you. Tried to do the best he could. He even shows a little bit of money, trying to help out monetarily and all that. He says I was modest, in my ability to help, but he tried to do the best he could. He says your mother was wonderful, though. She was absolutely wonderful. She was, she did the best she could with what she had. He sends all of you much, much love. There's also a sense of you having your own child, a son. Do you have a son, please? If you don't, you're going to have one.
Yes.
You do have a son? Okay.
Yes.
He sends your son love also. Sends your son love also. He says you've done wonderful with your life, Evelyn, and he wishes that he could help you more now. The best he can do is come into you at night when you pray to see him in your dreams, and that is something
Oh
that
my
he.
God.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to ask because I didn't get to hug him before he got really sick, and I saw him at the hospital, and then I guess I was carrying that with me, and I know he visited me, and he came to visit me, and I actually hugged him, and I told him that I know he's in a better place.
Yeah.
So I know that dream was real. The difference between a dream and a visitation, I know the difference.
Well, that's
and,
well, he's coming to you as you want to hear from him. As he just said, you pray to hear from him, and he's coming to you.
Right.
And there's your validation. And by the way, you can get into the technical things of visitation, a dream of this or that. It's, really, let's not split hairs. It's a visitation of sorts, even if it's just telepathic in your dream, you know. So you have your validation. He just gave you your validation of that. That is, you ask for him to come, he will come, or he already has come. And of course, he says there's no problem with that. He says love is everywhere. I want you to know. In other words, you don't have to be there when he passes, that he knows you love him. And I want you to know that he gives me such a feeling of love, 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 love for you and all of your family. So this is now recorded here on the radio show. You can share it with your mother and your brother if you'd like, and maybe even his, I don't think his eldest son would want to hear this, but whoever you want to share it with. I was going there. Your uncle says, no, don't show it to him. He won't understand. He'll just make it into nothing.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Yep.
All right, sweetheart. I'm going to let you go, my dear. You have a blessed day. God bless.
Thank you, Laura.
Have
a great day.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see if we have any more donations. Oh, there's Pam's thing. Oh, no, there's, we have Pam. Okay. Pamela. I wonder if Pamela's a lovely woman I spoke with yesterday. Okay, if she's coming in on Skype, I don't have a Skype here. It probably is this one here. There's a Pam, and then there's a Pamela on my switchboard. I guess it's the first one. I'm going to go to that one. Is this Lady Pamela also?
Yes.
Oh.
My email address.
Okay, honey, thank you. We spoke yesterday on the phone. Thank you so much for being so patient, sweetie. Okay. So let's see who's in spirit for you, love. Well, the first thing I do get is a female to you. And it may not be who you want to speak with. I'm just going to give a broad stroke of who I have here. There's two women, actually. One seems to be more like a mother energy, which could be grandma or your own mother. Then there's also one that appears to be more filial to you in nature. It could be a friend or a sister. And if she's a sister, she seems to be older also for some reason. She just has a sense of presence to her. Do any of these fit a bill of someone you're looking to speak with right now, please?
No, I'm looking to speak to a male.
Okay, let's just see if we can pull him in. Okay, because yesterday I think I did feel a male to you, but I don't feel that male today. And at times we have to go with what is here, and it brings in the other one for us. But let me just see. Hold on, honey.
Yes.
Okay. There is a father figure for you also. I don't feel someone like a husband or whatever right now. Now, of course, we all have father figures. It could be grandpa or your exact father, if you will. I'm just going to develop this a little bit and see if this fits the description of who you're looking for, even if it might not be a father. Okay? And then we'll see if it can fit the bill of who you're wanting. And we'll develop it. We'll flesh it out a little bit. Excuse the pun. What I see here, I know, right? I see here a man with lighter skin, but the hair is kind of distinguished. It's just instinctive, actually, is what I'm trying to say. It's got a way, they can show at any time in their life. So just keep that in mind, because I'm not seeing a very old person right now. I'm seeing a person with hair that has a wave to it. It's on the brown side, although it has some golden highlights in it. One might call that chestnut. He's got even features, a little bit of flesh in the cheek area. I don't see his body just yet. I think what he's showing me is a little bit of extra weight on the body. And also he's showing me that he's an easygoing personality, takes things as they come. Do you understand this for anyone you know, please?
It could be for a lost boyfriend a number of years ago, but that's not who I'm looking for. I actually want to see a father figure.
Okay, so let's continue. Well, so he's there, and there is your father figure who I did feel before, so that's good. Let's just see. So we got a composite, because I said to you I felt one more I don't know if I said it, but I felt it. Okay, let me go forward. You want to come in, Dad? So sad, sorry. There's a sadness there, a heaviness.
What name did you just say when you said you want to come on in?
Dad. That's all I said was Dad, I thought.
Oh, Dad, okay.
Yeah, Father. I forgot, honey. I'm trying to focus. Let me just focus, love.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you can always play that back. There is an S name coming in as well, and it may not be his name. I don't know whose name it is, but it's like a Sam or SA name. So just hold that in your back pocket. It might have some reference or relevance. But, as you can see, it's very nebulous unless they just pop in. But the first thing I want to say, I know what it was. I was saying the word sad because there's a sadness here, a sadness, a slowness, a slowing down. There seems to be a loss of cognitive abilities as he's getting, whoever this person is. And don't just focus on Dad for a moment, because like you did a moment ago, you found an old boyfriend and what I was bringing in. The more you do that, the better this gets, and then possibly we can get to who you want. And I get this feeling of this person who became a shadow of himself as he moved to advanced age. He's not happy with that at all. And this is how he shows himself. Literally, he shows me a shadow on the ground to show me that he's a shadow of himself. There's a sadness, there's a slowing down. There's a slenderness to the physique. I do see more of a body now and a face. This person looks like he did live to an advanced age, and he's wearing bedclothes or a nightgown, if you will. Let's see if I could give you more of the face. There's white hair, there's a messed up hair, there's a longer nose, a stronger nose. There's, traditional, what you would expect in a face that's aged a bit. So what I'm seeing here is a person who's aged and who's wearing bedclothes and says that he slowed down a lot towards the end of his life. I don't want you to confirm anything yet, because I haven't given you anything that's really meaty. I have to give you something that's specific. Okay. There's also heart issues and something going on in the chest, but I do feel something in the upper chest area, which is taking my breath away and a bit tender in that area. Do you understand heart issues for Dad, please?
Yes, but that's not what he died from.
Okay. No, that's
he was sad.
Okay. But so he's showing me heart issues in the chest. Doesn't mean he died of it, but thank you for that confirmation. Right. Okay. And difficulty getting around.
He had open heart surgery, but years before he died.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Now, let me just continue. Don't volunteer too much, Pam, so we protect your evidence. But that is a problem for him, because the heart issues, because it affects his ability to get around, to walk. His gait slowed after that. He was never the same after that, he says, and I didn't like it one bit. He says, but he does show me that he did continue to work after that or do things. He was productive, but he feels that it was a turning point in his health. So it's a double-edged sword. One part, he shows himself as trying to be active still. He's got a great mind, very smart, very witty, a very acerbic wit, he says. But on the other side of it, he says he felt like after that he wasn't the same anymore. Now, it just wasn't the same, although he tried to function. I don't think he stopped being functional at that point. I do see, looks like he still was working after that. Do you understand working after the heart issue, please?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, but he wants you to know, and I don't know if he ever said this to you, but he wasn't quite the same after that. He tried to be, but he wasn't. The brain wasn't working quite as well as it should have been. There's a sense of this person also doing other things which affected his health. See if I don't want to speak about this until I really am clear on it. One moment. loss of control over himself, a sense of failure. And I feel that there's a spiraling downward as he moves towards latter years. It gives me a sense of it like a personal weakness that he had. Do you understand that for Dad, please?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, okay, so there's a sadness towards the end, you confirm that. There's a sense there of him wanting to drink too much. I'll just say it like that, imbibing here and there. Do you understand that for Dad, please? Okay.
He didn't drink, or hardly drank.
Oh, hardly drank. Okay. There's something about alcohol that is there for him. So if he's not drinking, maybe he doesn't want to drink because maybe it's somewhere in the family or just doesn't think well of it. So we'll honor that in that way because there's something about him and that is relevant. So let me just see what else I could get on him. I don't always have to get everything, like for example, I may not get how he passed, but what I'm trying to do right now is pull in evidence that you can acknowledge. Now, okay? So there's a slenderness.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, slenderness to physique as we move to latter years. I'm going over what I said before. The face is small. He's not. He looks like he's withered down a little bit. He's got a rounder face to an oval face. The eyes. There's no way for me to explain them because. Oh, okay. The eyes are very intelligent looking and very inquisitive looking. As I mentioned earlier, I didn't make a big deal out of this, but he has a stronger nose for his face with a bit of a point to it at the end. Do you understand a stronger nose for Dad's face, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay. And there's a thinning of hair. And then on the top, and then on the sides, it's, I see hair. It's a little bit softer. As we get older, our hair gets a little bit more baby-like or thinner, if you will, or wispier. It's wispier around the ears and so on, but his ears do show. He's not covering his ears. There's also, again, I have to say, the shortness of breath. And remember I said to you before I felt something in the chest area. I get shortness of breath again. And it hits me as I look at him as more advanced age. So there must be something to do with breathing that has to do with his health as well. So I'll leave that with you. Do you understand breathing for Dad, please?
Yes, but that isn't correct. His breathing issues halted after he had open heart surgery. He had no breathing issues after that.
Okay, so that's the only thing he's able to communicate to me physically right now. It's like as if I'm on a broken record with that. He's giving it to me, the feeling of that again, but it's not taking us to how he passed. So what I'm going to have to do is just leave it the way it is right now. There's one or two other things coming in. Wait a minute. Okay, there's also the feeling of him there's somebody younger than him on Earth or in spirit, I think is on Earth, that would be, it feels like as if he had a son, which would mean you would have a brother. Do you have a brother, please?
No, I don't.
Okay, there's a feeling of a male under him, okay, younger than him.
Oh, he had a partner business partner who was much younger than him.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, and he said, like my son. He says, like my son in certain ways.
Yeah,
he says, you're a good girl. He says, Pamela, you're a doll. He says something about you being his favorite. And there's also a sense of you having siblings, that you're not the only child. Do you understand, please?
No, I had no siblings, but I was his favorite thing in the world.
Okay. He's not that clear coming in. Some of the other souls come in clearer than him. He's just a little bit on the weaker side as far as the connection goes, but he's doing a good job, the best he can do. He says he thanks you for helping him. With his health and all towards the end, his health issues. So you must have been involved in some caring for him on a day-to-day basis or just a regular basis, but you were caring for him. Okay, yes, you were. He says your mother is here with him also, so it means he passed after your mother. Do you understand, please?
No, he passed first.
Okay. Okay, but she is in there. She is in spirit then. Okay. So that's confirmation of that. Because he said, okay, he says, your mother's here with me now. She takes care of me now in spirit. And he laughs a little bit on a gingerly side. He says, I want you to take care of your own health more. He says, you're not getting out enough or taking care of yourself or really having enough fun these days. He wants you to get out more and have more fun. And he indicates to me that you've had some kind of a loss personally on Earth, as if something happened to make you more isolated, like either you lost a relationship or you lost your best friend or something like that. Does that make sense to you, please, Pamela?
Well, I've lost several actually.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
several friends. Yeah, and the boyfriend.
Oh my goodness. And he says it's taken its toll on you. He says, he's there with you as best he can, to be supportive of you from the spirit world. But of course, he can't be there with you. So he wants you. He wants you to take care of yourself as if he were there, as if he could care for you just the way you cared for him towards the end. And he thanks you for any blessings that you've bestowed upon him, and there were many. I don't know why he says that, but I I just want to say that to you. He's saying it very specifically. I thank you for all the blessings that you bestowed upon me. Okay, that's simple. I thank you for all the blessings that you bestowed upon me, and there were many. He says you're very smart, Pamela. You have a good heart. He says you can help people, but help yourself first. He says you're a caring sort of person. Go ahead, honey.
Yeah. Is there any way to ask if he's happy?
Yeah, sure. You just ask. Let's see what he says. Yeah, of course he says I'm happy. He says no other way to put it, but I'm happy. He says I know I'm no longer burdened by my loss. And I think he means loss of health, but maybe it means something more to you. But he's no longer burdened by his loss. And they feel
It makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah.
okay. He says, I'm no longer burdened by my loss. He says, I'm free now like a bird. I can go wherever I want. I feel good. I'm healthy. I'm whole. He says, the spirit world is a very beautiful place, and he wants you to remember that. Now, for some reason or other, I have no idea why this would be so, but he shows me a monkey. Okay? Now, monkey can mean a lot of things. I guess it could mean monkey on his back is gone, or I don't know what that's all about. But if there's anything you can do with the monkey, do something with the monkey, Pamela, for me, because I don't know what he means.
Right, I think it means a burden that was on him.
Okay. He's no longer burdened by the monkey on his back. It feels financial as well, not just a person or not just a thing, but financial burden. He says, you've done marvelously well in your own life. He's very proud of you.
Yeah, that's what he used to say.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, Pamela. I'm sorry for your loss.
That's okay.
All right.
It was a long time ago, actually.
I know, but it just reminds you of all your other losses, and it's, we never really get over these losses. We never do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my sweet. I'm going to let you go now, honey, and my blessings to you. Have a good day, love, okay?
I will be in touch with you at another time.
Okay, love. Okay? All right, love. Thank you very much, Pamela.
I'm going to book a private session.
Okay, sweetheart. I look forward to working with you, honey. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. Loss is a very complicated thing, A lot of people say, "Oh, just get over it." Some loss we never get over. We never get over. And in Pamela's case, she had multiple losses on Earth recently, and of course, her father bringing him in reminds her of losing him and everyone else in her life. There's no ever substitute for our loved ones. Okay, so I'm going to go to, let's see here. We've got Nathaniel. Hold on. Hello, Nathaniel. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I love that accent of yours. Where are you calling from?
I'm just calling from California.
Okay. It seems like you have a different way of speaking than Californian, unless I'm so stupid I don't know the difference, but you have like a little bit of a drawl or something going on there. Whatever it is, it's extremely charming. Okay. Let me see who there is there for you in spirit right now. I'm not feeling anyone very strong. Let's see if we could pull somebody in. You have somebody, okay, there is a female to you. Okay, now I don't know if this is your loss or if this person's on Earth, because it feels like a younger person, a female that would be younger than you. Do you understand a female that's younger than you, please, Nathaniel, that would be in spirit?
I guess. I'm not exactly sure which female we're talking about, but maybe I'll know here in a sec.
All right, let me say it to you this way, love. Is there somebody in particular you're interested in speaking with? Because if you lost a female that was younger than you and she was related to you, it wouldn't be an I guess, it would be I know, and this is who I want. I'm trying to go to the energy of who you want. I don't feel strong mother energy. I don't feel strong father energy. Of course, we all have grandparents, or parents that are in spirit. We have aunts and uncles, all that. That would be father mother energy. Let me just see. Anybody else
I
around you?
remember a gentleman.
Huh?
I know a guy that died. I know a guy that died about 7 years ago named Jeffrey Sean Poole.
Okay, is that who you're wanting? Okay, so you wanted me to bring him in because I don't feel him popping in right now. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can pull him in by virtue of what you give me. And I appreciate you telling me that, but all I was trying to find out is there somebody specific? But now you've given me a lot of information. But let's see what we get here. Okay, um, don't give too much to the medium is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Nathaniel. Okay. So there's a sense of friendliness to this person, like as if he's a friend to you. There's also a sense of, I'm going to be silent for a moment because I'm trying to get a clearer connection with him. That you knew him for a long time. It wasn't just like in your adult years. This is somebody that you knew from childhood even on. Do you understand from knowing him for a long time, please?
I did know him for a few years, that's for sure.
I like as if from when you were younger, it could have been even 20s or whatever, older, but there's a sense of continuity there for him. There's also a sense of him having length to his legs, which would indicate usually height in the body, but he's just given me the slightest bit of that. I don't want you to confirm that just yet, because I don't have enough yet. Okay, there's also a sense of this person having worn a uniform at some time in his life, or that he might have worn it even at that time when he passed. You understand him wearing a uniform, please?
I knew he teached martial arts, so I don't know if that was the thing. And I know he was a chronic healer, so it could have been a priest outfit, but he could have been a security guard. I don't think he was a cop.
Well, it looks like he's wearing a uniform for work or military. So it would be like a security guard uniform would fit the bill if he did that. I don't see him in one of those what are the kind of a toga or anything like that. I don't see him in that right now. So all I wanted you to confirm was, do you understand him ever wearing a uniform? Because he's showing me himself in a uniform that looks like either military or it could have been a security guard or something like that. Do you understand that, please? Yes or no? Just yes or no. Or you could say, I don't know.
Sure.
You do understand him wearing that. Okay.
I don't know, but I can think of the martial arts. I know he taught, so that's kind of a uniform, but that's not the kind of uniform you're thinking of. That's more of a... So,
okay, I don't. Okay, you said sure, which means you're confirming. So let's get the technique down here. It's very important that I give you evidence. Okay, and so what I see is a person in a militaristic uniform or a police-like or security guard uniform. And when I asked you, do you understand that? I don't mean do you understand what I'm saying. I mean, can you confirm that, yes or no? So the answer is no, you cannot confirm that because you don't know that about him. Thank you. That's fine. I just want to get clear on that because I don't want to give you false information. Okay, so
he was a chronic healer, and that was the avenue that, he wanted to, be a chronic healer, that kind of thing. So he didn't really tell me what he was making a living on, so I thought it was chronic healing.
Oh, okay. So you don't know if he wore a uniform at any time. It looks like he might have, when he was younger, done some time in the military. I just want to say that to you. Because that's the way he presents it to me. Now, why would he be giving me evidence you don't know? I guess what you can do is look that up later on. If you have anybody you know that knows him, it might be evidence that's perfect because I'm not reading it from your mind. It's coming from him. So let us honor. This is part of mediumship, Nathaniel, is that whatever comes in, we honor it. So what I see is him in a uniform that looks militaristic in nature. And also he's giving me something else about his personality. I honor that, and that is that he's also a very organized person, a person that would walk forward no matter what the vicissitudes or the attitudes of others. He's a person that's very clear about himself and his self-worth as an individual. He gives me that after I look at the uniform, almost as if he learned certain values from that or that he had a militaristic attitude about his life. He moved forward. He didn't let people get in his way. That also could be true of somebody who practiced martial arts and that is mind over matter. We're very strong in our thinking. We're strong in who we are. You don't need to confirm that because we already did say he was, well, it could fit. It could fit what you've already told me. I also get, when I go to that, the martial arts, I get something about health and nutrition that this person also practiced. It wasn't just the fact that he would do pranic healing, energy healing, and martial arts, but there's also something in diet, as if he's juicing and fasting on a regular basis. Do you understand this for your friend Jeff, please?
Yes, I confirm that.
Okay, because he starts to show me that, because we hooked into him energetically. He's laughing a little bit. He says, for all of that health stuff, he says, it didn't help me much in the end now, did it? Huh? I don't know what his passing was from. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he says that he's making a joke about it. Didn't help him, that he was all into health and everything else, nutrition. Clear body, clear mind is one of his phrases he uses. Clear body, clear mind. And he wants to say that for you also, Nathaniel, remind you, clear body, clear mind. He says you're not as much into that as he was, but he's trying to give you that thought. Maybe he wants to give you that idea for today, to keep the body clear and the mind will be clearer. He says there's something about the chest area and heart-related issues that goes with this person. And I don't know what age, you said 7 years ago he passed away. It feels like something in the chest cavity. It doesn't necessarily mean he had a heart attack. I don't know if he had a heart attack. All I know is that in the chest area, I feel something happened there that caused his passing. Do you understand chest area, please, for this person, Jeff?
Yes, I'll give you a confirmation that that's may of how he died there.
Okay. Yeah. And sometimes I'll say to somebody something like that, and they'll say, "Well, my friend didn't die of a heart attack." Well, all I can say is Jeff shows me chest area. As a matter of fact, right down the middle of the chest, and it hurts. So if he was in an accident, and I don't know this, I don't know, he didn't give me that information yet. It's the chest area that was the final place, the final place that took his life. There's a sense of it being right down the center and also into the heart. So I'll give you that. He says it took his breath away. He didn't know what was happening. It was very fast and swift. So there's a sense of his passing as being fast and swift, and perhaps not even anticipated, like as if there was no long illness. It just happened suddenly. Do you understand that, please, for his passing?
Do you want me to tell you how he died now?
If you want to tell me, but first, do you understand that? Yes or no?
It just confirms it because he fell down on a motorcycle on a tight turn.
Yeah, that's why I was being really, I was trying to be as careful as I could in the way I'm saying it, because when you do mediumship, you always have to honor exactly what you get and not interpret, because, I'm only getting bits and pieces, and then finally we put it all together. So that makes sense, because it's impaled through his chest. Impaled. And he gives me that sense. He says, but it wasn't long before I was in spirit, he says, and it didn't hurt a bit. He says it was a shock to me, but it didn't hurt because it was so fast. He says, I was whooshed out of my body almost immediately, and I was with my guides, my master guide in particular. And he goes to his master guide for some reason because of his martial arts and his Qigong or whatever it was he was doing. And he did Qigong, honey? Is that what he was doing?
He was teaching children martial arts.
Okay, was he teaching Qigong, please? That's a form of martial arts that's pranic in nature. It's energetic in nature. Do you know that, honey? You don't know that. Okay.
It was. It was a pranic healer, so.
Okay. Well, he said Qigong just a moment ago. Is something else to get for evidence. And he was saying something here. Oh, he had a master guide. I don't know if you know this or not, but he calls his master guide a wizard. A wizard. He said immediately his master guide was with him. So what he means by his master guide is his master guide taught him things about healing that were almost magical in nature. Almost magical in nature.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. He says to you, I love you very much, Nathaniel. Thank you for calling in upon me. He says, I'm fine. He says, I'm fine. There's a female to him that
90 seconds.
That is in spirit, and it feels, well, obviously it'd be a mother or grandma or someone like that, but there's also, maybe not his own mother, but maybe a grandma figure, but it feels like there's either a sister to him or someone lateral, and there's also a younger person with him. It's all female. It's like a lot of females around him. Do you understand any losses in the family that would have been younger than him that were female, or just lateral, or mother, or whatever? Because I get the sense of him being with a woman.
I'm not sure.
60 seconds.
Sure,
All right. Well, I'm just giving you that. That's a sense where he's being cared for nicely. He's with friends and family. There's also a father figure that's with him. There's also a father figure of yours that's with him right now, which I'm not going to bring in. And that doesn't mean your father. It could be a grandpa or father. It could be an uncle or somebody that's a father type that's around him, that's with him, that wants to speak with you next time. So if you call into the show again, maybe we can bring that person in for you, or you can have a private session with us. I want to thank you, Nathaniel, and everybody else. Is Peter there? I can see him on the switchboard. Everybody else that's called in today, you all have a beautiful day. The show is about to end now, so I have to go. But thank you, Nathaniel, so much for calling in, honey. God bless.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey. Bye. Okay, I want to thank...
10 seconds.
Oh, there's that voice. I want to thank everybody for calling in today, and I look forward to doing everything with you again this Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.